What is up, internet? So it's been a while. I've been super busy on moving into my new house, which is coming very soon, and I'll be able to set up my new garage to be able to work on the cars a little bit better. That means that in like a couple weeks, maybe even next weekend, I'm going to have to move the Datsun over to the new house, and then after we get into the new house, then I can start working on some projects that I've come up with for the van as well as the truck. Also, I'll be posting a video soon, an update on the Suzuki project. I dropped it off at my friend Ryan's shop, and he's going to help me fabricate the new rear end for it. So that is coming very soon.
A few moments later.
I got a couple parts in the mail, so I thought I'd show you some of the things that I've gotten for the van. So these new parts are going to fix some issues I've been having with the front steering. When I get up to speed, the wheel shakes really bad. And this seems to be a very common problem on these vans because they're almost 30 years old. So the suspension and the steering parts are prone to go bad. So hopefully I'm going to fix that steering shake once and for all with these new parts. All right, so starting off, I got a new center link for the steering system. This might also be called the idler arm. I don't know. It's the center link for the steering that the tie rods connect to. It allows you to turn. This is a genuine Honda part. You can see by the nice red tag. This has two sort of tie rod ends like built into it. And so these are what I think are going bad on my van. One of the boots is broken, so it's leaking out some of the grease, and they're definitely not as stiff as these ones are. So hopefully this will help tighten up the steering. To go along with that, I got some new, these are aftermarket tie rod ends. I got these all the way from Australia, and I guess they're supposed to be for an older model Acti, the Acti TN. Mine's an HH3. Another friend that has an Acti bought these same tie rod ends, and the seller said that they are the same all the way up to, I think, HH5. And then from there they start to, the design gets a little different. These in combination with the new center link will hopefully tighten up my steering system so I can actually go on the highway again. It's kind of chilly outside, and it's supposed to snow later today, maybe tomorrow, so I probably won't get to this project until next weekend. Stay tuned for that. Another little part that I got that I've been meaning to get for a while is this new windshield washer sprayer. Mine, if you've been following the channel for a little bit, broke a few months ago, and I tried to fix it and it broke again. It started leaking windshield washer fluid into my car, so I just bought a new one. This came from Canada. The center link came from Canada. The tie rod ends came from Australia, and I have another part that I got in from Japan that I've been waiting almost a year for, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm going to replace this real quick. It's not the biggest project, but it'll be satisfying to get it done. So let's get to it. Right now I have the old sprayer pulled out right now. I'm gonna clean all this up with some Goo Gone, and then I'll just plug in the new one straight to here, and then in these two notches on top, that's where the new sprayers has these two little clips that just snap right in there, and then it's held in by those clips. I'll just do it real quick and it'll be done right now. So fits in there nice and good. It's just like this other one right here. And now we'll get some better spray action. Really exciting stuff. I'm really floored. Needed to get that fixed, and it's spraying really good. I can show you the really exciting stuff that I got in the mail that I've been waiting on for almost a year. So let's check it out. Alright, so that was pretty fun. Some of you may know what this is, and for those of you that don't, this is a intake manifold and throttle body out of a Honda Beat. These come with individual throttle bodies in what Honda calls M-TREC, which means multiple throttle response electronic control, which is just a fancy Honda word for individual throttle bodies. This looks a lot like other Honda intake manifolds and throttle bodies. There's the fuel rail with the 3 injectors on this side. There's the throttle position sensor, the idle air control valve. I believe this is the intake air temperature sensor, and then a bunch of other vacuum fittings and stuff like that. I ordered this off of Yahoo Auctions through Japan Parts Service almost a year ago. It's none of Japan Parts Service's fault at all. There was some issues with the container company, and also there were several hurricanes that were in the Virginia area. So I'm super stoked to get this, and thank you again, Daniel. I'm definitely going to be ordering more parts in the future. I'm really excited about this bit, and then there's also more on the way that I'll explain now. So my initial plans with this setup were to help me convert the van to fuel injection. Along the way, I realized that I would be able to save some money and just order a complete engine out of a Beat, which is what I did, and it's on the way. Thank you again, Daniel. In the meantime, while I wait for the engine, I'm going to clean this up a bit and possibly sell it to a friend of mine named Alvin. He has a teal Acti truck that he's been working on. And he's working on turbocharging his truck. So I think this will help him get to the next stage in his project. No pressure if he doesn't decide to go this route, decides to keep his carburetor. I'm gonna clean it up a bit though, probably give it a nice coat of paint on the intake manifold while I wait for my engine, which was a cheaper option just to buy the whole engine off of Yahoo Auctions than to get the intake and throttle bodies. So trying to think smart and plan ahead, so that's what we're gonna do. But really excited about this piece. Been waiting for it for a long time, and it's just beautiful. My end goal is to turbocharge the van after I get it set up with fuel injection. I'm going to have to make a plenum to go on top of here to accept the boost piping. That is for another day, much further down the road. Super stoked to bring y'all along with me to convert the van into fuel injection, which basically means it's getting a Honda Beat swap. Same engine, just a little bit different, and I'll be doing a teardown video as soon as I get the engine. Now that I'm done blabbering about some of the long-term goals for the van, I can show you some more short-term goals. First off is I think I'm going to have to repaint some of the panels on the van, if not the whole van. As you can see here, there's some rust peeking through the paint in certain spots. There's some of this on the front end as well as on some of the edges of the doors. So going to be probably taking all the panels off that I can, like the doors and stuff, and sanding them down, repainting them all, and making sure that I get rid of all this rust. And then while I'm doing that, this seat has got to either be replaced or reupholstered. You can see it's really gross and dirty. The passenger seat's pretty all right, but I think I will want to make everything match. That is coming on the way. And then again, I got some more stuff off of Yahoo Auctions that I'm waiting for, are new floor mats. So you can see that my original floor mats are barely held together. They're absolutely garbage, and that's letting dirt, water, and all sorts of other schmutz underneath this plastic floor protector. So I think as soon as I get the floor mats, I'm going to rip all this stuff out, clean it up, and then possibly make some carpeting to go in here to kind of clean it up a little bit. It'll just be little sections around here, underneath all this stuff, just kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And then probably go underneath here, because this, I need to plug this hole too. This just goes straight to the outside of the car. And yeah, just wanting to freshen it up a bit. I'll continue the carpet back here, hopefully make it look really nice. It's a nice simple gray carpet to match the gray plastic work in here. And then another thing is I need to redo this roof liner. It is really bad. It's cracking, it's old, probably boxes from when it was probably a delivery truck in Japan. So I'll be taking all this out, doing that so it looks a little nicer. Other than that, I might need to respray some of the plastic panels, because as you can see here, it's really sun faded, as well as over here. The dash is in pretty good shape, except for I had to put these metal latches on because it was held up by tape when I got it, because the stock latch was broken. So maybe that's a piece that I can source off the internet, is finding this latch or just getting a plate to cover that up. Sorry, this is a lot of talking. I'm at a point where I'm doing a lot of brainstorming because I don't really have the space to do projects like this, where I'll need to like take off a door panel and possibly leave it overnight to dry. Same thing on the Datsun. I need to redo all the seals on both of the doors, and that's why I haven't driven it at all this winter, because it just leaks water like none other. Waiting for my new garage so I have space to work on both cars, and then we will keep you updated with the Suzuki project, which is at Ryan's shop. And I'm really excited about that. We're about to order some steel to start the rear end, and we will go from there when the time comes. Just wanted to show you some mail and some of the ideas that I have to fix up the van. I also really want to get some suspension bits and fix this dent that is down here from where someone jacked up the car and it folded over this piece of metal. So I need to fold this flap down and then pull this out and then do some body work and repaint, because as you can see it's kind of rusty. So just trying to get the van into tip-top shape and just general maintenance. Thanks for joining me. Again, sorry this is a lot of talking. This is kind of my slow season for YouTube, but hopefully that will change as soon as I get into my new house. So again, thanks for watching, and remember, keep it small.